The Avengers Tower has finally released. Oh my gosh, after waiting so many weeks and seeing leak after leak. I mean, there's a point where this set was even shown in stores already, like on display. And they're releasing all these other things that are coming out in like January, February. It's like, why didn't they release this first? This is the one we've been waiting for. Oh my gosh, torture. And they had to announce this as I'm studying for a midterm. So thanks, Lego, on that. But you know what? Hey, we don't care. It's here. And wait such a long time. It's got 31 minifigures, which is absurd. There is a catch to that though, as you could probably tell a little bit already, but we'll get into that. 5,201 pieces, 18 plus, only for real men, of course, and $500. Yeah, for $500, it's interesting with the piece count. I think part of the reason why it's cheaper, I know it's not necessarily cheap, but it's using a lot of the same pieces, so I think that really cuts down on manufacturing costs. Now, I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. The box art here. So here's a better look of the tower. You can see the Leviathan. It's it could be a little bigger. I like that they still added it. It's still kind of like a fun extra detail. And I think similar to like the Spider-Man No Way Home set, this set is really based on like displaying your minifigs everywhere. And they've kind of taken advantage with like those translucent curved pieces, kind of like right here. I think that's really cool. It just makes the set a lot more fun. Kind of looking at the designers' perspective and kind of what they're saying from interviews. I mean, they had like 4 or 5 people working on this thing, so they had got all the curves right, which I admire. So good job on that, Lego. And then here's kind of the box art. You can see all those minifigs just taking up the whole side of the box. There's just that many. You can kind of pose the whole kind of coming down the tower, grabbing it, which is really cool. And here's kind of like another display. You can have that Hawkeye kind of flying off the edge. Not actually flying, that's for Vision, but and you can see the Vision there, and he is beautiful. The Vision, I am using the YouTuber Duck Bricks video, so please watch his video. I'm not trying to steal it at all. Lego's not giving us a very good image of this, so thank you, Duck Bricks. But yeah, here's the Vision in the front and in the back. But yeah, it looks really good, and they did a head print on the back, so very much appreciate that. Finally, the interior. Now I'm gonna zoom in because a little blurry. Here we got the first floor. They're using that kind of same elevator technique as the Spider-Man Daily Bugle set, and that's actually my biggest gripe with the set. There's no elevator. Why? That's like the coolest scene in an Endgame. Well, I guess that Captain America movie too, but you know where he's like fighting everyone in the elevator. They couldn't add that. I almost, and that's kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna buy this set or not. It's really cool on the outside, but the inside, I'm an interior guy. I keep saying it, but it's just not that good. It's I mean, here's the second floor. You kind of got the Ultron designing area. And it's just there's not a lot going on. I do like the bridge, I'll say that. That looks kind of cool. Where Captain America fights his clone. Here you've got the Iron Man station that wasn't in the tower, but it feels like they're kind of just shoving random stuff together. And usually that'd be sort of fine if it was new, but they've done a lot of armory sets already, so why are we getting this? It just seems like a waste of space. And then again, like this was even in Avengers Tower. This was in the Avengers helicarrier with Loki. I mean, it looks cool, but I mean, and it's weird. We got that set a long time ago where Loki was kind of in the cage. And then before you could drop it, it just falls on the whole tower. The technical prowess of the build is amazing. And then here you got the Quinjet. Lego loves making Quinjets. This is like the 5th or 6th Quinjet at this point. It's pretty crazy. But that docking bay looks really good with like the 2 pieces wrapped around. Sort of reminds me of like the Scooby-Doo lighthouse a little bit. And ooh, look at all those transparent pieces. Translucent, transparent. Yeah, it looks really good. That's definitely iconic for the build because it's like that darkish gray or darkish blue gray. They had to add stud shooters. Of course, because that's Lego. This one's pretty cool. I like that because they even have like the little crack showing because he's throwing Loki around. That's really fun. And look at that, those transparent pieces. I don't know how often we see those. If ever. Yeah, there's a lot of those transparent. I don't probably in like one of those sets I never buy. I'm sure it's there. And then the Hulk, just like that Thanos minifigure, he does have the movable head and hair, which that's pretty funny. I wonder if you could put that big hair on the smaller minifig as well. So it's like the hair is like this, but the head's really small. I don't know. They do look really good. I just feel bad if you bought the Avengers jet a while back, or the if you bought the Quinjet a while back, you're kind of getting a lot of the same minifigures, and that's sort of what I want to get into with this set as well. Here you have the clone or the time travel Captain America fight. I'm surprised they didn't show it on the bridge, but that is indeed his butt. That would have been funny if they could have added like little studs to make his butt, but yeah, I think that's really cute. From the interview too, like with the museum, the designer, I mean, he seemed to really enjoy the build, don't get me wrong, but like looking at the Marvel builders in their interview, they just look like they had so much fun on this set and they just love everything about it. I mean, you could tell with like little details like this, it makes the build a lot more fun. Not perfect though. A better look at the Quinjet, you get Nick Fury. I don't think those are prints, that's really sad. Oh yeah, and the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about with that interview, I think it was on Duck Bricks, but they were kind of saying like they know what's correct, and they said like the excuse is you could sort of just build it yourself if you feel like it wasn't included. I really don't agree with that, especially at this price of $500. Like it should be pretty much perfect. If there's limits, just up the price. I know when they're building a set, they have to put it at a price gauge and then they build depending on that price. But sometimes it just really suffers from that. Like the Leviathan's just a little bit small. Let's see if we can go back on that. I mean, he's big, but it's just not imposing. Like the Leviathan's huge in the movie. I mean, like compared to the Hulk, like he's just like slightly bigger. So I don't agree with that. No more complaining on that end for a little. Oh, there's the Leviathan. Yeah, I like all the gold pieces. Again, he's just a little small, which is kind of lame. Here's kind of the back of the end of the box. That little curve build detail, I was looking at the interview. That one's really impressive. I forget how they do it now, but looks really good. Whoa, that's big. Oh gosh. Again, well, I kind of like it compared to say the museum or the Venator. It's it's pretty easy to display. It's really tall. You can put it on a table fairly easily. Oop, wrong side. I don't know if I'm getting another table for that. It looks it's very elegant on the outside. It's just the interior is very lackluster, and it's kind of like modular too. So you could take off the roof. You could take off that big. You can't see my finger pointing the screen, but you could see that big kind of like curved that angled piece on the side that you could take out. Oh, here's a better look at the Loki chamber. Oh, what's that little sticker in the back? I'm curious. Yeah. Too bad. These photos don't show all the details, but that's okay. There you kind of have like the Iron Man. Again, there's that elevator. Don't think it works. The Iron Man looks really cool. I mean, they've made the mark a long time ago, so I guess it had to be redone. I would have liked some newer Iron Man figs. So, I mean, there's so many in the comics, and Lego has made so many, and they're all really good. So, I wish we could have gotten new ones. Technically, they're new, but oh, and that's something I wanted to bring up too. There's a GWP. If you purchase the set from the 24th to the 27th, I believe, which is really like they cut it off pretty quickly. There's 4 minifigures included with the taxi, one of those being a Black Panther, and then the others we have no clue. So I think it might be a Stanley cameo. That's just me though. I too bad there's not like another Iron Man, like an exclusive one that a mark we've never gotten before. Just saying, you never know. So, and that's kind of too like if the GWP is really that good, that might even push me to buy this set. I'm kind of on the edge right now. It's really hard to make a decision. And then here you kind of have like the villain from the Captain America movie. Believe Winter Soldier, War Machine, Wong, which they didn't even get leg printing. That's kind of messed up. Hawkeye looks really good with kind of that Friends hairpiece. Kevin Feige. That's kind of funny. I mean, shoot, if they have Kevin Feige, they really can't get Stan Lee, or at least Jon Favreau. Can we get a better Jon Favreau? Actually, the Leviathan looks a little bigger here. They're using that new door piece, kind of like in the museum, where there's no plastic in the middle. Such a great decision. I think it's been out for a while, but I haven't seen it. So, and here are all the minifigures, but there's four Chitauri. Pretty basic, you know. You got the Loki fig. He was also in the Quinjet. That just seems like they're bumping the price too much, in my opinion. I would have rather had a better interior than a lot of these minifigs, but they're not all bad. Loki and Hulk look really good. I mean, Hulk hasn't been around in many sets, so I think it's really good to have a kind of like a new version of him. The Captain Americas look really good. Thor, actually, oh, Captain America in that new Lego show, he's got a super fancy, like dual molded, side printed leg. Where's that? Come on, Lego. It's so frustrating. They don't give these minifigs leg prints, and it's just so cheap. Oh my gosh, that Iron Man and like that Black Sabbath shirt. Oh my gosh, the reuse is really bad. There's the other mark there, and I like the little curve piece for the hammer dummy. If you don't have a dummy at this point, does she have? Oh, she does have the waist cape, but they don't give Captain Rex a waist cape. So yeah, and she's got no leg printing. Wong, you know, there we go. A reuse of War Machine. I really like the Wasp. No leg printing, which that looks really bad on this fig for some reason. Because the torso print looks really good. It's nice to have a reuse of him, kind of like the old version from those movies. She's got that arm printing. Can't see it here, but it's in like a lot of the cheaper sets now. Here you have the lady that worked on Ultron. The name, I'll put it here because I forgot it. Eric Selvig. I somehow remember that name, but I can't remember her name. That's funny. But yeah, it's kind of cute to have him. Nothing special there. I wonder if you could turn his face around to show he's hypnotized. Same with Hawkeye. Kind of like a blue eye. That'd be kind of cool. Security guards. There we go. Oh, and then there's Falcon. And then knowing Lego, those are probably stickers on his wings, but I could be wrong. Probably not wrong, but could be wrong. I want to be wrong. I mean, shoot, the CMF had printed, and that thing was beautiful. So Ultron, that's kind of cool. I like that. But yeah, the Ultron looks really nice. The main reason I would buy this set, that vision is so beautiful. It's crazy good. Translucent legs. I don't think we've ever had that before. The head print, the torso, that cool like plastic cape, and that's kind of translucent too. That minifig's that's something that'd be in a CMF. It's that good. But yeah, that's the Stark Tower. Oh, Avengers Tower. Both. Too bad you couldn't switch it out too. Since at one point it is Avengers, one point it is Stark. So that would have been nice to have, but with all the seats and a couple of TVs. And I really like it. I'm curious what you guys think about it. So yeah, take care.